Hi everyone, John is here, and in this video again guys, we're going to have a look at what happened today, the trades, and we'll have a look at what I will be looking for tomorrow. So it is still 29th October for me. Right now you see these are all the trades. A little bit more action today I had and took some more trades, so that's the result. Wasn't too bad. And I also actually sent screenshots to Telegram channel, and so I have still one trade open running at this moment. It is negative, and again it is £0. So and then I will explain to you guys once again when we'll be looking through what to look for tomorrow, what happened a little bit during the day. So now I'm going to show you the process of placing the orders and how they worked out. Okay, and as usual, in the morning European session, I'm looking for my possibilities of placing the orders. I decided to miss euro dollar because of waiting for ECB news and started with pound dollar to see where the pair end up during the during Asian session. So as you can see, guys, from the yesterday video, it consolidated in exactly the area I wanted it to be, and so it gave me an opportunity to place the level. So once again, I'm placing pending order buy and pending order sell. So buy stop and sell stop. So checking out the next dollar Canadian had a little bit of correction, and I was looking at it was a bit too close to the next level, so I decided to also leave it for today. Pound yen had a small consolidation but run away from my channel, so that's why I decided to just leave it because I didn't like the way it stopped. Euro pound also not wonderful. I would say it didn't create any channel, so I decided to use previous channel and still support area. And so you see the other resistance or buy order, I use that channel to see if maybe it could be culmination, because the pair getting into a very narrow range, and so I'm expecting a possible good move, but we don't know which way, because pretty much it's going to depend on news for pound with Brexit. So checking out the other pairs, and Australian dollar also kind of looks like a little bit of continuation of the down movement, but you see it's very close to the next level, so that's why I decided not to touch it. Gold has been consolidating quite nicely in the area where I pointed out last night, so I'm checking out now that it has a good distance. It's a reasonable size width of the channel for gold. For gold, it's not 20 pips. For gold, the width is much bigger, and the stop loss is bigger. So you see I'm placing the pending orders. Once again, buy stop and sell stop, and checking out for the next pairs. So looking at New Zealand dollar, it looks like it's very close also to the next level, but still has a potential to continue the way to the next trend level, or could possibly turn around. So we have this pair in a little bit of uptrend channel. You see this at the same time a little bit of corrective movement, so I have decided to actually place orders for it, but keep an eye on it because it was too close to the orders. So it looks like a little bit bearish flag to me. At the same time, I saw it could possibly turn as a bit of a triangle, so that's why I'm using trend lines, trend levels, to place the pending order. So you see the trend levels, they are narrowing. That's why they're different to horizontal, because it gets the pair into a very narrow range. So the narrower it is, the better. And so that's pretty much it with it. Checking out on Euro pairs, and Euro Australian didn't get to my area So it started to go slightly down, and again, I'm just looking at possibility of the pair moving to the next level, and I'm decided just to place one order, also trend level using to place for buy stop, because it looked like a little bit for me as a bullish flag. So that's why I was expecting a possible small movement continue the way up. So, or given possibly like a double top before it might turn around. So you see, I can't see a possible placing the order sell stop at this point. That's why I have decided just to leave this order, because it looked like a little bit of the flag. So I thought I will keep this one, because we were expecting some news, ECB news. So Euro Canadian had a little bit of consolidation, started to go a little bit inside the narrow area, and so I have decided also to place some orders, and because Euro Canadian wasn't sure if I wanted to do so, but only because Canadian was getting weaker, because oil was dropping, and so the Canadian dollar was dropping too. I have decided that maybe possible it will be again that little movement, you see the previous level, and so I would place only one order once again, and just a buy stop. So just expectation, because of the weakness of dollar Canadian. So as you can see, there is no good to place the sell order. So next is here in New Zealand. I just didn't like anything, decided to not touch it. Okay, Euro yen also nothing gave me reasonable. New Zealand yen also has not bad area. It is in quite narrow range, except also it's very close to any other levels where it could move, but I have decided still to look at it and try to get some orders, because it just was a little bit in a nice area. Where the started consolidation also looked a little bit like bearish flag, or like a little again triangle. So that's why I have decided to go for it also. So and using the same trend levels, trend lines, to trying to get it into a more narrow range. So because there was still a bit of little movements, not breakouts yet, so that's my little area. And you can see once again it's very tiny. Dollar Swiss also already had movements, and I have decided not to place any orders. Pound Canadian, so I was just more looking for more volatile pairs, and expecting any news once again for pound. And pound Canadian created quite nice channel, except just a little bit wide. So it is about 300 plus a bit of points. So I have placed orders both directions, because it was at the level of the uptrend channel, so it was looking like it would have to go for some correction in it. So that's why I placed the order sell, and at the same time buy, because for Canadian again, right, Canadian dollar weaker. And so what I did, just increased a little bit stop loss, because bigger width of the channel. So that's why I had to increase some numbers for it. Pound Australian also was looking quite a good range, except very wide, 50 plus pips, but in a good distance to one and another level. So also with any expectation of possibility of moving in any direction. So, and I was looking to place the orders, even though it is quite wide. I have decided to go for it, and I'm going also increase the stop loss because it is much wider channel. Well, it is pretty much it. I didn't get to any other pass, and so now it is how it was working again. I'm not sitting all day at the screen, so I'm just keeping an eye on it. I'm leaving it running. From time to time, I get to the screen looking at what's happening. So see, guys, now we have pound Australian in a trade, and pound Canadian also hit the buy orders. So moving quite slow, very slow, and just okay, right now closed half positions, as you can see, and closed completely. Not very big movements, but still I have some other trades going on. You see it's New Zealand yen now in trades, and Euro Australian also got into the trades. So I'm checking out between the pairs, and you see keeping an eye especially on like New Zealand yen and New Zealand dollar. So I'm removing, of course, the opposite direction orders, also Euro Australian. So I was keeping an eye on all the pairs because for Euro we had before the news, there still were not news for Euro ECB. So that's why I was keeping an eye on the pairs if, because I wanted to move the stops into break even before the news events if they wouldn't be taking me with profits before. Oh, look, guys, you see pound Canadian and pound Australian already closed with profits, and I replaced new levels. As you can see, because they were started to go down, I placed buy and sell pending orders from the previous broken level. So it's another way I was telling you about it when it's a pullback. So when it's a pullback and the pair goes back inside the same channel, I'm placing the orders once again. So, but here I decided to place also both orders, buy and sell, expecting that it's possible because the channels were very wide. That's why I placed again sell orders for the pairs, expecting that the pairs could be going back inside the channel was enough again to take the positions at usual 100 points and then continue possibly away or just get break even with the second uh, half of the lot. So you see, once again, it's very slow moving. I have many other trades going on. We have gold in, and we have pound dollar in again. So right now you see, I removed once again opposite orders and checking out and keeping an eye on the other orders. With pound dollar, I actually expecting it continue inside the trend channel and possibly get to the next level of that channel. So you see I switched off the EA and I decided to hold it until it gets to the target. Okay, so you can see I put the alarm on the right. As you can see, it's a little alarm where I would hear when the price would go to the a possible area where I would have just wanted to close it. So I moved stops into break even on some pairs and just in case, because they were moving too slow. For you see pound Canadian, I also placed another pending sell order and um, well, so a bit fast moving between the pairs, checking out on all of them. Of course, guys, I speeded up a little bit because it was very slow. It's the whole day of trading, and now you're looking at gold, which is also moved quite nicely and already had a split lot. I also decided with gold to turn off the EA and tried to get to the target. So my target was around 1850. I was hoping that the movement will be quite good, and so instead of trailing it, to take it to profit at the target. So now you can see EuroCAD. I also moved to stop and a break even. So again, keeping an eye on gold, except it's not moving as fast as I really wanted it, and at the end it's actually still hit the trailing stop, the previous trailing stop, so didn't get to the target. So as that you can see, it's closed out with a bit smaller profit than I was hoping to get. And so as you can see, the other pairs still running very slow, and I'm just waiting for next. You see New Zealand, keeping an eye, New Zealand dollar, and looking when it's going to move slightly more, so I can move the stop into break even once again, because it's very close to next level. The same for Euro Australian, waiting because of the news coming soon. I wanted to move the stop into break even because it was not moving enough to get me a little bit of profit. So, and well, that's kind of pretty much it. So you can see the Euro Australian moved a little bit, enough so I could put the stop into break even. So right now, and trying to do the same for New Zealand dollar, which happened a little bit later. Started to move, as you can see, and I could move again, also stop to a little bit break even with just a little profit. So just in case if I wouldn't have enough strength to get to the level. Okay, now let's have a quick overview of the market for tomorrow. It's going to be Friday, and I don't really like trade on Fridays much, so we'll see. At this moment, euro dollar, you see it's have a little bit slowed down. See, guys, I didn't go into this trade in here. It was actually really, really nice small consolidation around here. That's a little channel, and the market moved around here somewhere where I was looking at it, and I thought I should get into the trade to sell while it was moving, but I didn't do that because I was not sure if it would have stopped here, and then I thought maybe it will start to go in a bit of consolidation before the ECB news, and so that's why I missed another good movement today. And before ECB also didn't prepare and didn't get any opportunities for me to get into the trade, so that's why I ignored it. So right now, of course, I will be waiting for, well, possible a little bit of correction would be nice. Maybe we'll give a little bit of bearish flag, and then I would be able to place the orders and possibly still looking into euro continue the downtrend. Okay, so it is as expected. Remember, I told you yesterday I was expecting it continue the way down because of the news. Could have been a little bit of jumps, but nothing happened. Absolutely, it just slowly went down with all this COVID-19 news, and so it's like nothing really helped it to have a going up. So that's why, let's see, I don't really want to jump into it right now because yes, it had a really good move down, so that's why I would rather to see a bit of correction before going to the trade. So pound dollar, as you can see, it's actually got into the target area, and I closed my trade here on that wing, but it had a really actually jumped back a little bit, so got a little bit higher than I wanted. I wanted to get out here, but that's what, well, can happen sometimes. The market jumps a bit too fast. And now I'm waiting for this possible consolidation in this area, highlighting it. So if it will do, that's where I will be looking to place the orders. Right now we have in interesting position. You see we have this bit of the uptrend channel, at the same time this little downtrend. So in here it might go once again both directions. So it's either can go up like this uptrend channel, but can be stopped by this downtrend channel. So, and also at the same time I'd break this area, go down, and we still will be in this side range of the previous we've been staying here. But any Brexit news, of course, and could be crucial. So but here it's a little bit different situation. If here I was expecting more, it's going down. So right now in here, it can turn reverse or continue the way. So anyway, that's the area we'll be looking at. Dollar Canadian. So that's what I was looking at, right? In the morning when it went down, I thought I should maybe I should place also order, but looked like a little bit of the double top, so I was not sure because I wanted a bit of correction of it. So if it would go a little bit further down, for example, from here would be nice to get into it, but that's why I didn't go into any. So at this moment, I would still prefer to have a bit of correction. Maybe it will be head and shoulders. We will see at this moment. It's pretty much nothing gives me, so let's see that little channel. You see, I'm not highlighting the area. Like I'm saying, it might give head and shoulders, or maybe consolidate around this level, and then we will see what to do because it needs a bit of a correction of this movement, but it is in uptrend channel, bigger one, but also the small one. You see where we had the previous little top, so that's why it might easily just turn around, have a bit of a deeper correction, not it was like today, but a bit more, and then maybe it will continue the way up. So that's why just waiting time. Pound yen, that's what it didn't have a nice, you see, little consolidation, but not good enough. So right now, yeah, okay, let's see what it's going to do in this area. It's a little bit wide, so that's why I'm not sure yet if I will be placed. I mean, it has a wing in here at this moment. You see that little pin, and so it's an uptrend channel, right? A bit of downtrend correction, so that might will go back up. But remember, I told you guys we have the tops, which one top is lower than the other, so it quite easily might just go a little bit higher, and then we'll start it to turn around. But possibly would have expected a little bit going to this level, not breaking it, and then go turn around. But it might not give good big moves or anything because still waiting for some news. They were saying something about the news sometime in the beginning of November, so that's why maybe it will just sit in well, in this range, or like, yeah, maybe that level, but I don't think it will be trying to break and have stronger movement because waiting for some of the news. Okay, Euro pound once again this week is giving me not very good trades, and I got into the floating again with the same pair. Just like I was telling you, it looks like a bit narrowing range, so that's why I'm expecting a good move, but when it's going to happen, who knows, never know. Well, it's just going to run. If it hits this top, it's going to have recovery, or if it will continue the way, then this will be great. So, but that's what I was using, that channel to place these orders, but you see it was nothing really nice in here to get into it, but anyway, maybe it will get a little bit more narrow. You see, guys, it might still go up and down and get a bit more and more narrow, and then at some point it should give a good move, but still waiting. Dollar yen, also okay, so it gave a little bit double bottom, gave a bit of the pin, and so that's like really good signs of turning around, right? We again in this very important level, and but still kind of a little bit, well, I'm still being sure if it's going to have a bit good recovery. I still think it might go a little bit down. We have here previously, remember, had a head and shoulders. It was really nice, this big candle. This time it's not as strong, this candle. Yes, we have a pin, but it didn't get right to the shoulder like it did last time. Last time it's jumped to the shoulder, created the second one, and then had continued away. So I think maybe if it will not get to this level and then just start to consolidate here above, on top or around this area, I think it might still continue the way down and even further down. So that's why right now I'll just be waiting, not getting into the trades, and just see what's going to happen next. I mean, like, okay, Natalia, I mean, yeah, you see, guys, we had wings, 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 and given a little bit wing too, but I don't know, it's still something about it. It's just too many times it's been in this area, so that's why I'll just wait a little bit, like wait and see. Maybe it will just sit in this a little bit before, you know, next week is election. So next week I think we're going to have huge moves. That's why for tomorrow, maybe I'll just stay away completely from the market. Australian dollar. Also looks like a little bit shoulder, and maybe this would be had. It stopped at the previous bottoms, right? So pretty much as expected, expectations. But I don't know, would I want to go for trade one again? You see if it will consolidate in this area and can continue the way down. So quite possible, yes, and it has a good recover if it would have to go a good distance. So let's see if it will start to consolidate in this area at this moment. Just wait for it. Gold, you see, I was expecting it to move to 1850, except, well, it reached 1860, which was also one of the possible stopping points. Well, I at this moment it's still looking to me like it kind of should continue the way down. It broke 160 and it didn't go back. I was expecting maybe if it will go back above 1877, something around there, then it should have continued the way up, because usually it's like sometimes it has like really strong move down and then it jump up back, which it did a bit, but and that's it. So it didn't have any energy to try to go back up. So that's why it gives me an idea that quite possibly we might reach this 1850, right? So it might go down to here. Well, so I would even think more further to cover this bottom, okay? So I would presume quite a lot of people will be placing their limit orders for buy. Even I want to buy from here, but I think we'll be waiting to break it out. So it might jump and then started to turn around. So first they will collect all those stops in here and then possibly turn around. So that's why I will be looking at jumping into the buys, except once again next week the election, then anything can happen. So the next level you see here, which I'm saying I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow, but during election anything can happen, so it might even fall, because that's where we have the next a little bit of consolidation, but it's pretty much like nothing in here. In this area it's quite empty, and that's why for movements like huge movement down, it needs to be some news. So that's why I see a little bit of movement down to that area, cover up those swings, and then turning around. Okay, so, and to be honest, that was a big move. I don't have a history here, unfortunately, but it was a big move up, so this is still looking a little bit like a bullish flag. So that's why I quite easily can actually turn around at some point afterwards and still go up. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. So what's for tomorrow? Like I'm saying, yeah, maybe consolidation in here a little bit and still continue the way down, and maybe I will look for placing the orders for sale, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just wait for the next week. So we will see, but it's still another 100 plus pips movement down. So yeah, let's see if it will have a bit of consolidation here. So that's pretty much it, guys. With the other pairs, you see New Zealand dollar didn't make much movement, so that where I placed the pending stop a little bit to break even. That's what it did, and the other pairs, yeah. So I think just gonna see what's going to be tomorrow. Like I'm saying, it's Friday, and I'm not sure if I do want to go into trades anyway. So thanks for watching. Happy trading, everyone. I see you in my next video. Bye.